Hey gang, Excavator here, and I apologize for the disheveled look. I am in desperate need of a haircut, and well, it's Friday night. So I came home today and I had a box. I had a box right here. It's from TF Source. I have no idea what's in it. No idea. I don't remember what I ordered. So let's go ahead and open it up. Would you look at that? I don't remember ordering these. Alright, looks like today we are taking a look at Make Series Giants, Bulldozer, and Excavator. Cool! So what you see here is everything that comes in the box. We've got this really nice, very kind of dull lithographic of the two figures, and it really makes them look good. We've got the figures themselves with their accessories, and then we have the box itself. And the box itself is actually really nice. I'm really happy with these third-party sets because they have nice boxes, very minimalistic, but they show everything they need to, and it looks good. On top of that, we also have the directions, which thankfully are in a kind of a multicolor look. You have the figure in black and white, but the parts you need to move are going to be in color. A very nice touch. And here we have Make Toys, Giant, Bulldozer, and Excavator out of the box. Now you will notice that they come with a few accessories, chiefly which the two portable generators, which I swore that these things plugged into these figures. They do not. They are actually towed behind the front-end loader and the cement mixer. It also comes with a big purple, well, gun-looking type thing. And that gun-looking type thing is right here. So this actually splits apart. You fold this top part up and then just pull the thing apart. And it becomes individual weapons for each guy in robot mode. Now, the directions show them as being able to attach to the vehicle mode, but mine don't, simply because these tabs on each of the figures get in the way. So, no big deal. Don't really care about them having weapons in vehicle mode at all. Overall, the look on these figures is really, really nice. They're a little bit smaller than deluxe class vehicle modes, and they just have a nice quality feel to them, which I honestly wasn't expecting. But Make Toys has been getting better with their construction of figures, and overall I really love the look of them. They really remind me of some Caterpillar equipment that I've seen in the past. I grew up really close to a Caterpillar plant, so I've seen a lot of these things. So let's go ahead and take a look at some comparisons. Now I figured it would be a really good idea to show you guys the difference between these and the Hercules figures. First up, we've got Hercules Neckbreaker compared to Make Toys Bulldozer. There is a definite difference in size here. Definite difference. I mean, the Hercules figure is significantly bigger. But that doesn't bother me. I like the Hercules figure. It definitely looks cool, but there's just something about the Make Toys figure that just really impresses me, except for the little vibrating there. Sorry about that. But I like both figures, but I have to actually give my nod over to the Make Toys figure, simply because the Make Toys figure looks more like a modern Bulldozer to me. This looks like something from the era of the steam shovel, just the blockiness. But neither figure are bad. I just like the look of the Make Toys a little better. So now that we've taken a look at the Bulldozer, let's look at the Excavator. And here we have the Excavators. Whoops. There we go. That's a little better. Now the Excavator, I think both figures look equally great. I am a fan of both figures. My only complaint with the Hercules one is the ratcheting that is required to get the shovel into the up position. But as you can see, again, the Excavator for Hercules is significantly larger. But you're also looking at a $100 single figure versus a $100 set of figures. So there is that. But again, I like the detailing on the Make Toys better. I just think the detailing of this figure is better. It's got more intricate detailing, personally. That's not to say that the Hercules figure is bad. It's not, by far. I just kind of dig the Make Toys figure a little bit better. So let's take a look at the transformations. Transformations for these guys are very similar to each other. There are a few differences, but the legs start out exactly the same. First thing you're going to do is just split the treads apart and kind of swing the entire bottom of the figure forward. Now this whole section down here is the connector for the arm in giant mode. So we'll fold this piece up and then fold it all the way down like that. And then we'll collapse these. So what we're going to do is actually make the arm first. Now for the Bulldozer, as you saw, all you really do is just disconnect it and fold it out, and then put it down like that. And then we take one of the generators. Now, thankfully, they are labeled. We've got left arm and we've got right arm. Now the Bulldozer goes on the left arm. So to form the fist, all you do is open up the generator and fold this piece down. Open it up, fold out the fist, close it, put the arm back, and fold out the hand like that. And then to plug the bit in, what I like to do is there are buttons here on the side that you push them and they collapse in little grabbers. So you just got to get everything lined up. And that's probably the hardest part, is just getting things lined up. And there we go. So for Excavator, he will form the right arm, split it out and split it up in the front, and then fold the whole thing up. So you could fold this guy up, fold it down, and fold everything back up and peg that all into place. And then we'll just do the same thing. And here we have the fists, or the arms, I should say. So getting them into robot mode from this is pretty simple. The first thing we're going to have to do is pull off the arms. Now, there are buttons here at the elbows, so we just have to push those in and pull the arms off. And I found that doing it with the arms straight is very difficult. What you want to do is fold the arm at the elbow, and that'll give you enough clearance to push the buttons in to pull them off. So we will start with the Bulldozer first, because I think it's actually the more difficult of the two. So what we're going to do is, like we did before, is just pull the treads down and then flip them all the way forward, like that. And then take this section and fold it all the way up. It doesn't latch into place or plug in anywhere, you just got to fold it up. Now take the front scoop and split it open and point it forward like that. Things get in the way on this guy. That's the one thing I don't like. So that'll give us some clearance to play with the legs now. So we'll fold down the feet from inside the treads and turn them 180 degrees. And then reach up inside the tread and fold down heels. And then take the tread and right above where the knee is, or above the yellow point, break it, like that. And when you do that, there's this part of the tread is on a slider. So slide it all the way up until it locks into place. Do the same thing over here. And then turn the feet like that. Next, now that the feet are deployed, we could take these and just gotta work them, somehow get them so that they're rotated around. One way you could do that is just turning the legs around like that. Now, that's not in the directions. It's not anywhere in the directions, but that's what I like to do. And just get the hips. Now, we'll talk about the hips in a second. Now, for the rest of the body, come back to the back and unpeg it, and then just fold out the arms. go forward, and the head is up in here, but it's a little bit hard to pull out, and create the chest there, and then flip out the hands. And then just get everything situated. And there we have Bulldozer in robot mode. Put him off to the side. Take a look at Excavator. Same thing with the legs. And I mean the exact same thing with the legs. In all honesty, I think the legs and the feet are all the same pieces. Which I kind of understand. So we'll skip to the transformation of the top part. Alright, so we've got the legs formed, and the legs are, I'm not kidding, the legs are exactly the same. So the top is virtually the same as the Bulldozer. We're going to split the cab and shovel open, and just fold everything out and get everything folded into place. Now the head reveal is a little bit different. The head is on this swivel, on this bit, and you just kind of got to get it over there, and it latches into place right here on the left shoulder. And there we go. I really like the look of these guys. I think they look really good, and the uniformity in both does lend a little bit of credence to the thought of wartime, and you have to kind of make things similar so you can mass produce it. That makes sense to me. What I really do like about this set is just, I like the yellow. I know that sounds silly, but I really like the yellow. Now, that being said, there are a few issues, but let's talk about poseability first. Both of these guys have the exact same poseability. Head is on a ball joint. Her heads are on ball joints. Even this one is on a limited ball joint. Shoulders, you've got up and down movement, and then a ball joint, and then a swivel joint right underneath the shoulder. Their elbows are double hinged, and on Excavator, the fists can rotate, and on Bulldozer, the fists are on ball joints, so it's got a little bit more mobility. There is some torso movement, but for Bulldozer it is a little bit limited because of all the stuff on the back. Hips, ball joint in the top of the hip, ball joint at the knee, ball joint at the ankle, or forward ankle, and then a swivel joint, and then these nice big heels. So same thing over here, ball joint in the hip, ball joint in the knee, ball joint in the forward ankle, swivel joint above that, and nice big heel. And torso movement. Okay, so yeah, figures are actually pretty good. Size comparison-wise, here they are compared to the Hercules figures. Now, the Neckbreaker figure is a little bit smaller than Excavator. I can't remember his name. But it looks good, and I actually like the Make Toys figures better. I like the yellow better, and I just like the overall look of the figures better. So we'll get these guys out of here. Now, I really do like these figures. I like them a lot. There are, however, a few minor issues. And I think these are relegated to just these figures because these components are only on these two figures. First off, from the front they look good. From the back, oh my god, it has a cancerous tumor growing off the back. These giant pieces, which are instrumental to the combination, really are unsightly. And they really make poseability a problem because you can, even though you could get the figures into some interesting poses, this really throws the weight distribution of the figure off completely. The other issue I have is some bits are just completely floppy. Like, take for example the way this head on the Excavator is. It just sits there. It's floating. I'm just waiting for this to break. I mean, that's going to break at any point. Same thing over here. I feel that there's not much holding this head in, and this cab front just flops around on its own. There's nothing to peg into. There are pegs and there are holes, but doesn't stay in. It doesn't stay pegged in. The other issue I have is this is supposed to be a tight joint here, this swivel joint, but it's not. And I was looking at it, even after the first transformation, there is a problem. And that, if I could get the shovel parts out of the way, I'll do it this way. The plastic is already starting to separate right there, as you can see. This line and this line, that's the plastic separating. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful with this guy. I'm just worried that it's going to fall apart. Now, that being said, as long as I'm careful, I think they're going to be fine. My biggest concern, though, is these guys are kind of floppy. They've got a lot of posability, but every time I touch them, something moves, and not for the better, and that just annoys me. So, guns, as you know, we have this giant gun here. Guns are pretty cool, and they look good with the guns. The guns peg into each right arm on the figure. And on the Bulldozer, there's a place on the left arm as well. But that's actually pretty cool. I kind of dig the guns. And like I said, I also really dig the faces. I think they work for Make Giant, Scrapper, and Bone Crusher. So yeah, these things I picked up at TF Source, and I'm happy with them overall. I hope in the next releases we get a little bit more stability. I paid about $100, about 116 shipped for both of these in one set, and I mean, if you could get it, it might be worth the investment, especially considering this whole set together is going to be half what TFC Hercules is. So I did forget two things. First off, I'd like to show you guys a comparison between the two different arm modes. And let me just fool with the camera here for just a second so you can guys get a better look. As you can see, Giant is significantly smaller. Not by much, though. Maybe an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. But it is going to be a smaller combined mode than we're going to get with Hercules. So, yeah, there is that. Now, for the second thing, I wanted to show you something kind of nifty. And it can only be done, that I've been able to do it exactly, with Bulldozer. So, what you do is you take Bulldozer here, and you fold his arms up such that the fists are pointing straight down. And then what you can do is you take the giant fists and fold out these, I guess these are handlebars for the alt mode, and you just put them right up into those fists. So then you get Bulldozer with giant punching hands. I love this. I just love this. It makes me think of Bone Crusher in a whole new light. It's awesome. I just love that. That is a great little ability there. Now I haven't been able to do it with Excavator, but I'm sure you can. But yeah, that's that's just awesome.